tomorrow evening, 5:30 p.m, Lopetegui's West Ham United take on the best team in the world at the Bowl. Now, I don't want to be negative, but I'm gonna have to be. We've not won against this team since 2015. Do you remember the game? Away at the Etihad, Slaven Bilic in the dugout, Diafra Sakho and Victor Moses getting the goals. What a day that was, what a season. We've not won since then. Do you know how nuts that is? 9 years without beating this fucking Man City team. That was the last time we won against this lot, 9 years ago. That is just pure torture every single year. But is there a glimmer of hope in this game? We've got a new manager. We've made loads of new signings. There's a feel-good factor around the club. As we speak, Soler from PSG is currently signing. That would take us up to about 9 signings now, which for West Ham is nuts. So there's a quiet optimism around the club at the moment. Is there potentially a way we could somehow get a result against this Man City team? It's a late kickoff. It's on TV, under the lights, in the Bowl, 5:30 on Sky Sports. The players will hopefully be up for it. Can we do the unthinkable? Probably not, but as a West Ham fan, all you can live off is the hope. The hope that something might happen. The hope that we might break the 9-year cycle of Manchester City battering us. So in this video, we are going to talk about the approach to tomorrow's game, and I'm going to be giving you my starting 11 picks, which may surprise a lot of you with the team that I've gone for. And I will give you my realistic score prediction for tomorrow. But before we get into that, welcome back to the Bailey Podcast. If you're new around here, please do me a solid and click that subscribe button, and while you're at it, if you could smash the like button as well, that would be greatly appreciated. Let's get into the video. So let's speak about the Bournemouth game, which was on Wednesday. If we play like we did on Wednesday night, we're going to lose this game. We were slow, lethargic, there was no pace within our play. It was really safe, is what I would describe it as. We didn't take any risks, and especially that midfield. We cannot play that midfield in this game, and we're not going to, because James Ward-Prowse is leaving today to Forest. Souček, we'll get into the starting lineup. I don't know if he's going to start, but yeah, it was a terrible midfield, and that really slowed our attacks down. It really slowed up our build-up play. We weren't able to get up the pitch quick enough to get attacks off. So I'm hoping with our best players back, that won't happen. And do you know what? I don't think that's going to happen anyway. This is a Saturday night game against the champions. So I'm hoping the players are going to be up for this. And you would hope that they have more fitness, more minutes under their belt. They'll be up to match fitness as well, which will hopefully add a lot more spice and a lot more energy into the game for us. Although there is definitely moments in that Bournemouth game where you look at some of those players and you just think, you are just not sharp at the moment. Especially some of the new signings. I mean, Todibo did not look sharp at all, but you can see the quality that he possesses. Also, Füllkrug is not looking match sharp at the moment, but again, you can see the quality that is there. It's exactly the same with Somerville. You can see the qualities that they possess, and you can see how dangerous they can be. But I think at the moment, it probably is why Lopetegui has not been putting these players into the team straight away. They don't look up to the pace and the physicality of playing Premier League teams. I guess the question is, do we throw these players into this game? And the answer for me is yes. The game for me is almost a free hit for Lopetegui. No one is expecting much. No one's expecting us to go and batter City or win or play this fluid football. If we can get a result, it will be fantastic. But what I think we should do is get those signings onto the pitch, coming into the team, getting used to playing with each other, and let's just see what they can do. Because eventually these signings are going to be our first team players, so they need to get minutes on the pitch together. So with that in mind, here is my team for tomorrow's game. So Coufal and Antonio don't make the starting 11. after their performances against Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. And after Wan-Bissaka's performances, he has to go in at right back. It's sad for Soufal because he's been a great servant for our club and I do like him, but he is now the backup. And I think if he can accept that and put in performances for us in the cup competitions or whenever, if Wan-Bissaka gets injured, then he's still a solid squad player for us. Also in the back line, I've put Todibo in. Yes, he came off at half time against Bournemouth and I'm guessing that was for fitness reasons. I think you got to throw him in. If our defence is going to be Emerson, Kilman, Todibo, Wan-Bissaka, it's time we get Todibo in that defence to complete the back four because they need to get used to playing with each other. And going up against Manchester City's attack is the perfect practice to build connection and to see how each other works, because you are going to get run ragged by them. If you ever want a match to get your defenders to gel together, this is probably the one. So I put Todibo straight in, Wan-Bissaka, Kilman and Emerson, obviously Areola in goal. Harsh on Mavropanos because in the past 2 games he's actually performed quite well, but he is not going to be our starting centre-back. So I think Todibo has to be thrown in at some point and let's just get him in. If he's fit, let's do it. Get him in the starting lineup. In the midfield, I've gone Rodriguez, Alvarez, and I've put Souček in, which may surprise a lot of fans. I know a lot of fans are calling for him to be dropped because of his football ability. I just feel like he does offer you something, especially aerially and especially on set pieces. Against Manchester City, you do not get a lot of chances. And actually, set pieces are going to be a major factor in the game for us to try and get something out of it. I think having Souček not on the pitch would be a mistake. He is dangerous. They have no Rodri as well. He will be able to occupy that area in the 10, playing as a shadow striker, and he'll help the striker that I've gone with, which obviously you can see, Jarrod Bowen. I'll get into why I've picked him in a moment. We'll concentrate on the midfield for now. I think Rodriguez and Alvarez offer you a lot of cover to allow Souček to push forward and be that shadow striker. And you know what? In the past 2 games in the Premier League, against Aston Villa and against Crystal Palace, he is proven to be effective. He has. You might not like his footballing ability. I don't like his footballing ability on the ball, but he is effective. Whether you like it or not, he puts up numbers, he scores important goals, and I still think he should be playing in his team. And I think Lopetegui is still going to pick him. Then we move on to my attack. Now, I've gone Paqueta left wing, Kudus right wing, and Jarrod Bowen up top. Why have I done this? It can be seen as negative or it can be seen as tactical. You're playing Manchester City, the best team in the league. Lucas Paqueta can play on the left wing. I'm not saying that we go for this for the entire game. I'm saying let's start with this. Let's see how it goes, and then we have the cavalry to come on and help us if we need a goal or if it's still 0-0 and we want to try and get a goal. You've got Füllkrug who can come on, you've got Antonio, you've got Somerville, you've got players that could come on and make a difference. I think Bowen showed, one, he can play up top. He's probably the best finisher in the club. Maybe bar Füllkrug, we haven't seen enough of him yet, but he's the best finisher in the club. He can play striker, he's dangerous on the break, he runs in behind, he gives defence a nightmare. Kudus is also so much better on the right wing than he is on the left wing. That front three can still do a lot of damage, and against a team like Man City where you're not going to have a lot of the ball, you are going to be playing on a counter-attack, and you have to accept that this team would give us a lot of stability in defence and we can be dangerous on the counter-attack, and that is why I've gone with it. I think if you go with a team where you have Füllkrug, Bowen, Paqueta and Kudus, you are just going to be exposed. Man City look incredible at the moment. They don't look like they're having that start of the season where they're really slow. They're on it. Erling Haaland is on it. I think we have to go this type of formation and this type of lineup. Now, what does a realistic scoreline look like for us? I mean, I'd take a 1-1 draw right now. I'd snap your hand off for it. Erling Haaland scores and Jarrod Bowen scores down the other end. I could see that happening. And you know what? We've done it before. We got a 2-2 on Mark Noble's final game. I'm living off of hope here that we may pull off a result. We can go into this game with some positive attitude. There is a chance that we can pull something off. We've got to go there and get a result against this lot at some point. People, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Drop your team selections for tomorrow's game. I'll see you on the next one. Come on, you Irons!